I feel for you guys. I won't stop saying that.
He said, he just about to get in it like, nah.
Dude, I honestly, I feel for you guys so much because that's some bullshit that they just did to you. And y'all didn't deserve that, man. Y'all did not deserve that. That's like the Star Wars people getting a bullshit movie. I'm gonna always have a special place in my heart for y'all because it's like y'all didn't deserve that, bro.
So you in the theater like we didn't even do nothing.
Y'all didn't even do. Y'all did was just be excited. Oh, that's all y'all did. Just be excited, bro. Y'all heard Last of Us too, and y'all like, oh shit, even me, and that's playing.
If we're talking about The Last of Us 2, they're still touting that as a success game because people already pre-ordered and bought.
Fuck that game.
And I will say there was a YouTuber who had this point. You can't judge a success on the game on that one. If it has controversy and it still sells well, it's most likely because people didn't know and they had no recourse. They already bought the game. It's done.
Yeah.
But the next game will be affected.
Because you know what's coming after this. You know what's coming after this. Now that this shit happened, you're going to have, I told you, there's already a big segment of this gaming media that's coming out defending Last of Us. And then what they're going to do is they're going to shame people who don't like it. I've seen it in the comments. I was watching, because I watch every single IGN thing that comes through. I'm sorry, I get bored. There's nothing else. And I watch, even if it's like indie shit. Sometimes when you get these games into certain people's hands, they can't report how they feel about something without trying to shame it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They can't just put out an opinion. I don't like a lot of the things that I've heard and I've seen that Last of Us is doing, but I'm not going to hop on a video and try to make them change it. You know what I'm saying? That's their vision. Even if I don't like it, I can be strong in feeling that way. I'm not going to try to make them change it because that's their vision. What these people are going to do is they're going to shame users, and I'm going to use Last of Us. They're already doing it in the comments and on videos. They're shaming people who don't like it for not liking inclusivity and not liking this shit. No, I just don't like that shit.
I know.
That's the thing. You can't tell me I'm this, that, and the other thing. You're misogynistic, such and such. No, I just don't like what the fuck they did in that game. It doesn't make any sense. And I feel for the people who played the first one because I started playing half of it. And the shit I'm hearing what's happening, and they'd be like, Will, you haven't played it. I didn't play it, but when you've watched enough gameplay footage, I'm basically playing with it without having the stick in my hand.
Especially
it's
since
the same thing.
It's a Last of Us. I hate that argument because I agree with it when it comes to like Dark Souls. People who hate Dark Souls and haven't played it. Okay, I'll give you some credence. Try it for an hour, then let me know. And then you can pretty much judge if you like it in that first hour. I will be honest with Dark Souls. Last of Us is it's a narrative story. It's a narrative gaming experience. So there are a bunch of people, you can go to YouTube right now and they got millions of views. It's called Last of Us the movie, or Last of Us 2 the movie, or Halo the movie. People love things for their narrative experience. And if the narrative is bad, you don't have to play it to know that narrative, especially if that's all your game is story. I know what I need to know from watching it. And I've been streaming and donating to people who have been playing. I think I spent since Last of Us came out, I might have spent $50 just giving tenors out to people who are playing it, just for whatever.
So support what they're doing.
Just support what they're doing. So I'm in the process. I'm in the gameplay. The gameplay looks, the visuals look amazing.
Probably the best looking game I've seen.
Oh, dude, by far. And
probably the best looking game I've seen.
The gameplay is the same as the first one with a little bit more fine-tuned things. But the first one, the gameplay wasn't that great. It was like a diamond. It was like Dark Souls. It was a diamond in the rough. It was a really hard to control the gun.
You
and stuff.
stall it out.
Yeah,
it's kind of like our Uncharted from the originals to the remaster.
Yes,
them quality of life. It's clunky, but you loved it, so you played that shit. That's how the first one was.
You nail on the head with that one. For people to say that you need. That still is another gaslighting thing. It's no, you're crazy. What you're experiencing right now, that gut-wrenching, I hate this feeling, that's not true. Give us $60 so we can report more, that we sold more, to make your opinion then. And then even when you make your opinion, like you said, I'm gonna shame you because it wasn't. I love everything about it, and it's a circle jerk crap cycle that I'm like, dude, I'm so over it. If you start using these tricks anymore, I'm done.
My thing is this: like, I'm totally against. Like, I like when people put up opinion pieces. I like watching those, even if I don't agree with it. Yeah. I like opinion pieces. Where it always fucks it up for me, and what I don't like and I don't appreciate is when you get up there and you try to make me feel bad for liking this, or you try to make them feel bad, or you try to kill the developer for this. I don't like that. It's different opinions. You can have yours, and the game can still be cool. Like Last of Us, I'm sure there's a big pocket of people absolutely loving it, and they probably, as I don't. It's least likely for me to believe that somebody actually has that same exact experience. But if you see yourself in that game, finally, you have your representation up there. That's a beautiful thing. I'll never take that from you.
I don't care about representation. I haven't seen much trans representation, so I can't be disingenuous in saying I love it. I haven't seen much of it.
Yeah.
When it comes to female representation, you already know like the avatars I like to pick.
Yeah.
I don't care, and most of the time, if they're cooler looking, I'm gonna rock the female. If they're cooler looking, I'm gonna rock the male. And it's usually about armor, which is where I was with females when they were like, "Yo, we don't got no cool armor, bro. We got fucking the titties only covered and the waist, and we're supposed to be blocking this orc that's with this fucking mollywhopper." I get it. I don't like when people take solidified lore and then try to force inclusivity or whatever in it. You could have done everything in The Last of Us 2. Everything. Without Joel and Ellie. You could have done every story function without them. It wasn't about that. It was what do you call that? That's what do you call it? That was aggression towards a fan base. I don't like when people have that aggression to their fan base and go out of their way. There is no way you can tell me having the new masculine figure, you had that masculine figure dominate Joel, right? You had her dominate Ellie. You had Ellie make a little bit of a comeback at the end, but that's still shitting on all the things everyone liked about the first one.
Dude, that dynamic was so beautiful.
It was the dynamic. I don't care if you had hardened old woman and little boy. Reverse the gender roles. I don't give a shit. If Joel was a hardened female, like grandma type, and you had like a little innocent boy,
Kratos and Atreus, bro. Come on, man. Like
it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what story it is. You can switch it up, but you don't take even if you had that grandma and that little boy, you don't the next game destroy that dynamic that people love. Because all you're doing is saying that, hey, these people have a base that is for sure to buy it and for sure to see it.
I was actually geeked. Dude, I had the 60 right there.
I did too.
I had the 60 right there, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to pocket this shit, cuz I'm going to have to put it back, bro. Like,
the story is ruined now. Like, I can't play the first one without knowing what happened. Like,
and I feel for you guys. That's the thing I feel, and you guys are getting killed in the comments. You guys are getting killed in the forums. You guys are getting killed on these streams. Because if you don't like it, it's a fucking problem with you, and I don't get it. And people don't try that. What's happened? How we feel about this, about what's going on in today's political culture. They're not the fucking same thing. This is a fucking a set. Last of Us is so highly touted, bro. That shit got remastered. I know that's a thing now. But this was remastered before remastering was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, it got remastered and get picked up more fans. That shit means a lot to people.
Yeah.
It was heavily, like, I think Corey Barlock said, like, God of War was not inspired, but they took shit from that.
The storytelling, yeah.
Yeah, they took shit from Last of Us. This is a big deal. And when you just stiff arm a big population just to make this group feel like, I'm not even gonna say this group, just to put out something that you thought would appeal to them.
That's what's weird. It's still a heteronormative cisgendered white male telling you like what what your interpretation. At the end of the day, no matter how many people he listened to, because no one else can get off on that technicality. If I say I have I have a bunch of gay influences, and I have like strong black women in my life. No one's gonna believe me. They're just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, bruh. But you get somebody that goes all the way crazy, and then it's like somehow it's believed that it was genuine. I'm like, nah, I think that's just playing to the audience, playing to the climate, and like I don't.
It's, dude. I feel for you guys. I won't stop saying that.
He said, he's just about to get in it, like, nah.
Dude, honestly, I feel for you guys so much because that's some bullshit that they just did to you, and y'all didn't deserve that, man. Y'all did not deserve that. That's like the Star Wars people getting a bullshit movie. I'm gonna always have a special place in my heart for y'all because it's like y'all didn't deserve that, bro.
So you in the theater like we didn't even do nothing.
Y'all didn't even do. All y'all did was just be excited. Oh, that's all y'all did. Just be excited, bro.